Hi, this is Ravi from the Nifty BN channel. In the previous video titled Double Diagonal Spread as an Income Strategy, there were some typos in the first slide, so I am redoing it. Also, in this video, we'll be learning 4 methods on how to manage the double diagonal spread, along with some considerations. So what is a double diagonal spread? The double diagonal spread is a combination of a diagonal bear call spread and a diagonal bull put spread. A diagonal bull put spread is achieved by selling an out of the money put while also buying a further out of the money put. The options have different expiration dates. A diagonal bear call spread is achieved by selling an out of the money call while also buying a further out of the money call. Here too, the options have different expiration dates. The sold options are shorter term options and the bought options are longer term options. So how is a double diagonal spread constructed? A double diagonal spread combines the aforementioned strategies. It is the purchase of an out of the money put at strike price X1, the sale of an out of the money put at strike price X2, the sale of an out of the money call at strike price X3, and the purchase of an out of the money call at strike price X4. The price of the underlying should be between X2 and X3. You are expected to continue selling shorter term options as long as the price of the underlying stays between X2 and X3. The double diagonal spread strategy is deployed only if a trader is expecting little to no movement in the underlying asset price over the life of the longer term options. Let's see the effect of Greeks on the double diagonal spread position. As shorter term options decay at a faster rate than longer term options, time decay is helpful to the position. That is, by entering this market neutral strategy, the trader seeks to take advantage of the difference in the rate of time decay between a shorter term option and a longer term option. Though the double diagonal has a similar risk reward profile of an iron condor, double diagonal is a positive Vega strategy, and iron condor, on the other hand, is a negative Vega strategy. That is, an increase in volatility would help the double diagonal position. The Vega risk though is much lower than a corresponding double calendar spread. Let us look at a sample trade. Nifty is at 10,000 on June 4th, 2020. A double diagonal spread position can then be entered as follows. Buy 1 30th July 9000 strike price put at 122.45. Sell 1 11th June 9400 strike price put at 19.05. Sell 1 11th June 10,600 strike price call at 15.05. Buy 1 30th July 11,000 strike price call at 75.75. Now let's look at the risk graph of the double diagonal spread position. It is clear from the risk graph that the trader would make a profit as long as the underlying stays between the sold options, and the maximum profit at expiry is attained when the underlying ends exactly at the strike price of one of the sold options. The exact profit and loss calculations cannot be made for this strategy, as we are dealing with options with different expirations. So how do we use double diagonal spread as an income strategy? Traders often look at the double diagonal as an income strategy. That is, they purchase longer term out of the money calls and puts about 2 to 12 months to expiry and sell shorter term weekly options. The strategy can also be seen as buying one longer term straddle and selling one shorter term strangle. If the trader is looking to sell weekly strangles, he or she would roll out the strangle each week. Say by 18th June, if Nifty is still between X2 and X3, you would buy to close the 11th June 9400 strike price put and 10,600 strike price call and sell to open the 18th June 9400 strike price put and 10,600 strike price call, thereby collecting more premium. This you would repeat until the end of July. In the last week of July, assuming you are in the trade till then, the setup would be nothing but a weekly iron condor. Some recommendations. We recommend using the double diagonal spread strategy on index options as they are less volatile than individual stock options. Also, index options are more liquid, meaning you can be more certain of exiting a trade at your desired price. As mentioned earlier, consider buying options that are 2 to 3 months or more in duration and selling weekly options, as the difference in the rate of time decay between a shorter term option and a longer term option would help the position. Before talking about the management of double diagonal spreads, let's first look at the difference between calendar spreads and diagonal spreads. Calendar spreads consist of two options of the same type, either call or put, and the same strike price, but have different expirations, while diagonal spreads consist of options that have different strike prices as well as different expiration dates. Double calendars and double diagonals differ only in the placement of the long strikes. In double calendars, the short and long contracts are placed at the same strike prices, whereas in double diagonals, the long contracts are placed farther out of the money than the short strikes. Now to management. Say 2 days into the trade, Nifty moved up to 10,500, close to the short strike of 10,600 on the call side. First method, roll up the short option. Buy to close the 11th June 10,600 strike price call at the current market price and sell to open the 11th June 11,000 strike price call at the current market price, thereby turning the call side into a calendar spread with calls. Now let's look at the risk graph after this adjustment. This adjustment would reduce the risk on the tested side, but would add some risk to the untested side. But the amount of profit that could be made would go up. Second method, roll out the short option. Buy to close the 11th June 10,600 strike price call at the current market price and sell to open the 18th June 10,600 strike price call at the current market price. Sometimes you may also have to roll out and up the short position, depending on how bullish the underlying asset is. The adjustment might look something like this. Buy to close the 11th June 10,600 strike price call at the current market price and sell to open the 18th June 10,800 strike price call at the current market price. Now let's look at the risk graph post this adjustment. This adjustment would reduce the risk on the tested side without increasing the risk on the untested side. But the amount of profit that could be made would come down, as you might be taking a loss on the closed short position. Third method, convert the diagonal call spread to double calendar spread with calls. Sell to open the 30th July 10,600 strike price call at the current market price and buy to open the 11th July 11,000 strike price call at the current market price. This adjustment creates a double calendar spread with calls. One call calendar spread at the strike price 10,600 and the other at 11,000. Let's look at the risk graph post this adjustment. This adjustment would reduce the risk on the tested side, but would increase the risk on the untested side. Fourth method, add another diagonal call spread to the call side. Sell to open the 11th July 10,800 strike price call at the current market price and buy to open the 30th July 11,200 strike price call at the current market price. This adjustment adds a new diagonal call spread to the already existing diagonal call spread. Now let's look at the risk graph post this adjustment. Though this adjustment would push the break-even point farther away, it would increase risk on the tested side should the underlying move beyond the break-even point. Some considerations. The risk graphs presented here might differ from the risk graphs when you actually make an adjustment, depending on the option prices at that specific time. They have been presented just to give you an idea of what to expect with each adjustment. Also, only call side adjustments have been presented. You might want to modify the adjustment to initiate them on the put side as well, if required. A double diagonal spread should be initiated only in low IV environments, preferably when India VIX is below 30 levels, as though an increase in volatility has a positive effect, any decrease in volatility is negative for the strategy. Thank you for watching. Please post any questions you have in the comment section. Also, do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.